Tonight, only on Channel 10. Find out what the Venezuelan president had to say about the U.S.
And a look into what upcoming events Heidelberg's theater has in store for students.
And a look into how Heidelberg's speech team is doing this season.
And find out what Heidelberg's baseball team has planned for spring break. Find out what new fashion trend is making noise.
Good evening, I'm Danielle Lester.
And I'm Heidi Saba. This is WHEI News Center 10, and happy February 28th. WHEI brings you today's late-breaking stories by the students inside the Media Communications Center at Heidelberg University.
Don't touch that remote, dial, smartphone, or whatever your watch is on these days.
WHEI News Center 10 live at 5 starts now.
Welcome back to News Center 10, live at 5 for Thursday, February 28th, 2019.
Let's get to our first story of the night.
The Catholic Church at 85 South Sandusky Street, also known as St. Mary Parish Catholic Church, was founded in 1831. The church was dedicated to the Blessed Virgin Mary and is the oldest in the Diocese of Toledo. The founder, Edward D. Fenwick, appointed the first Father Quinn on January 1st, 1831. The church has a long history of German immigrants and Italian immigrants finding their home there. Today, St. Mary Parish consists of people from many diverse backgrounds. The church has daily readings and many more opportunities to bring the community closer. Mass on the weekdays is at 8:30 a.m. and Saturday at 4:30 p.m. Sunday Mass begins at 8 a.m., 10 a.m., and 11:30 a.m.
On February 29th of this year, President Maduro of Venezuela accused the United States government of creating a crisis to start a war with South America. This is the first time the Venezuelan president has been interviewed by an American television network in many years. President Maduro claims that this crisis is simply a way for America to stoke political escalation and military involvement in Venezuela. American Vice President Mike Pence traveled to Colombia on Monday to speak with an opposition leader, saying, "We are with you 100%. Additionally, the United States will dispense $56 million in aid to citizens, and that stronger sanctions would be placed on the Maduro regime's corrupt financial networks.
The second summit between Donald Trump and Kim Jong-un ended in failure Thursday, with the two sides unable to agree on issues of disarmament and sanctions relief. The Hanoi meeting, which was cut short by several hours and ended abruptly, caused a setback for both leaders. Trump said the deal had broken down because Kim wanted complete sanctions relief for dismantling the nuclear complex and Young beyond, but the U.S. wanted all complexes disabled as well. As of now, there are no plans for a third summit, but the U.S. has expressed willingness to continue talks. That wraps up our local news segment for the day.
But don't go anywhere. Find out what exciting things are happening on campus, plus a look into the wonderful world of sports, and all that and more coming up after the break.
Hey Spencer, can you whistle?
No, it's impossible to whistle. I cannot whistle. It's impossible to whistle.
Can I see you try?
Yeah.
My dad was in the Air Force for 26 years. When I was applying for scholarships, we came across Thanks USA, which helps military children earn scholarships towards whatever university they want.
Education gives you the chance to find
the nexus between your unique passions and gifts and the needs of the world around you.
You realize that ripple effect, that you give them an education and they're going to take it and run.
Myth. Lightning never strikes the same spot twice. Fact. It strikes the Empire State Building about 25 times a year. Myth. Bats are blind. Fact. They see as well as you and I. Myth. Sending goods is the best aid to disaster victims. Fact. Cash is best. After shipping, a case of water costs about $196. That can buy 10 gallons of water. Cash sent is help received. You have a big heart. Use it for smart compassion.
You're watching WHEI TV 10, student programming from the Media Communication Center at Heidelberg University.
Welcome back to News Center 10, live at 5.
Let's check into the latest news with our Heidelberg Campus News segment. The Heidelberg Board of Trustees wrapped up their board meeting over this past weekend. The Board of Trustees' job encompasses many roles and duties that affect the success and expansion of our school. Over the past few years, there have been many problems with the retention rate from the spring to fall semester, but the Heidelberg Board of Trustees decided to put in some new initiatives to improve these numbers.
The numbers are up almost 4% this year versus last year, and we talked about some of the new initiatives that started this year that we think may have helped lead to those positive numbers.
These initiatives have had a positive effect on the school's retention rate. The Board of Trustees hopes to see a continuous improvement for the Heidelberg community.
For Valentine's Day, many students were looking for gifts for friends, family, and even their significant others, so they turned to the bookstore. The Heidelberg bookstore had a 20% discount on all Heidelberg logo items as a Valentine's Day celebration. The discount helps students find the perfect gift idea for someone important in their lives. The bookstore is located in Campus Center, and employees were excited when announcing their discount for students.
You can come to the bookstore to get 20% off all your bird gear.
Hopefully, Heidelberg's wonderful bookstore will continue this discount for each Valentine's Day season. Recently, the Heidelberg Theater has been busy on new projects. Their biggest upcoming project is the production of Mamma Mia that the cast has all been working hard on. For weeks, the actors and behind-the-scenes crew has been working on bringing this play to life. It is one of the biggest shows of the year.
And then after break, we will be starting up with all of our dance rehearsals and toga shows.
On Thursday, April 11th, and goes until the 14th. Admission is free to students on Thursday, so everyone should come check it out.
The Heidelberg University speech team has just finished another successful year. The Heidelberg University speech team started their successful season in October of 2017 at the University of Akron and finished at the same place by placing second in the state varsity championship. Proud speech team coach Dan Higgins adds,
100 years long with speech and debate. We focus more now on speech only, but the tradition really continues strong as we represent the Berg around the state of Ohio.
The Heidelberg speech team also placed first at the state novice tournament earlier this year at Ohio University. Congratulations, speech team. You've done your university proud.
Danielle, the speech team consistently surprises me every single time that they have a competition.
I know. I can't imagine how much work they put into memorizing their speeches.
It's a lot.
That's all we have for Berg's Campus News today. When we return, we'll take a look at Heidelberg's social media spotlight.
News Center 10, live at 5. We'll be right back.
Hey Spencer, can you whistle?
No, it's impossible to whistle. I cannot whistle. It's impossible to whistle.
Can I see you try?
Yeah.
My dad was in the Air Force for 26 years. When when I was applying for scholarships, we came across Thanks USA, which helps military children earn scholarships towards whatever university they want.
Education gives you the chance to find the nexus between your unique passions and gifts and the needs of the world around you.
You realize that ripple effect, that you give them an education and they're going to take it and run.
Myth. Lightning never strikes the same spot twice. Fact. It strikes the Empire State Building about 25 times a year. Myth. Bats are blind. Fact. They see as well as you and I. Myth. Sending goods is the best aid to disaster victims. Fact. Cash is best. After shipping, a case of water costs about $196. That can buy 10 gallons of water. Cash sent is help received. You have a big heart. Use it for smart compassion.
You're watching WHEI TV 10, student programming from the Media Communication Center at Heidelberg University.
Back to WHEI.
It's time to throw it over to Tori to take a look at what's trending in social media.
Apple has started yet another new trend. The AirPod craze has taken over the whole world, and almost everyone seems to love them. AirPods are the new Apple wireless headphones, but they are much more than that to a lot of people. People have started using these headphones as status symbols, as they are fairly priced and retailing at $159.
I would say there's a lot of jokes where it's like when you have them in, you can't hear the puller.
Apple has announced that they will be coming out with new AirPods and that are black and have bass and other upgraded features. It will be interesting to see if people treat these iPhones and the updates to the new versions immediately. Either way, it will be interesting to see this craze continue to grow over the next year. Trending music on iTunes, Spotify, and Apple Music have been making waves on social media. Recently, Grande dropped her album titled Thank You Next, and the album is already on the top 100 on iTunes. Artists that have been trending in the rap world are rappers like J. Cole, that recently released a new song called Middle Child.
Right now, trending in music, I would say that we have Tekashi 6ix9ine going crazy right now in music, honestly.
The main reason students at Heidelberg like J. Cole is actually because he recently went platinum without any features. Many students here at Heidelberg have a wide horizon of taste in music. Artists that are also making popularity rounds at Heidelberg range from rappers like Roddy Ricch to country singers like Oh Honey. Listen to the Yin and Yang radio station for that hot music that's currently trending. Tune into Yin and Yang radio station on 88.9. Gun violence is always at the forefront of public safety debated with politicians, but according to CNN, Democrats are not afraid of control anymore. It will be interesting to see what political changes come to the U.S. as the gun debate continues this year. That's all we have for your social media news. Now let's send it back to Danielle and Heidi at the news desk.
Thanks, Tori. Do you have any AirPods?
I actually don't. I still have the wired headphones still. I'm not that hip.
Oh, I love having like wireless headphones. It makes it so much easier to work out and stuff.
Now it's time to throw it over to Tori to take a look at today's sports stories.
The Heidelberg University baseball team kicked off their 2019 season February 22nd with a loss against Anderson University. With about 40 more games to go in the season, the team has more opportunities to secure a chance at the OAC championships. Last year, the team made it to the 4-team OAC tournament with an overall season score of 27-13. We spoke with head coach Chad Fitzgerald about his goals for the new season.
We're really excited about this season. Our season got underway last weekend. We're heading down to Florida here this weekend, so our goals for the year are to play a very, very competitive schedule, compete for an OAC championship, and hopefully if we play our best baseball, have a chance to compete for a championship.
The team is in high hopes of warm weather as they will be traveling down to Florida next week. They will be playing a series of 9 games against various Florida universities, hoping to bring back some wins for the Berg. That's all we have for your Heidelberg Sports Report. Now let's send it back to Danielle and Heidi at the news desk.
Thanks, Tori. I wish I was going to Florida. The baseball team is extremely lucky.
I know. I mean, I know there's no snow on the ground, but that wind is like horrible.
It's way too cold out there.
When we return, find out what popular cartoon character is breaking records.
Hey Spencer, can you whistle?
No, it's impossible to whistle. I cannot whistle. It's impossible to whistle.
Can I see you try?
Yeah.
My dad was in the Air Force for 26 years. When I was applying for scholarships, we came across Thanks USA, which helps military children earn scholarships towards whatever university they want.
Education gives you the chance to find the nexus between your unique passions and gifts and the needs of the world around you.
You realize that ripple effect, that you give them an education and they're going to take it and run.
Myth. Lightning never strikes the same spot twice. Fact. It strikes the Empire State Building about 25 times a year. Myth. Bats are blind. Fact. They see as well as you and I. Myth. Sending goods is the best aid to disaster victims. Fact. Cash is best. After shipping, a case of water costs about $196. That can buy 10 gallons of water. Cash sent is help received. You have a big heart. Use it for smart compassion.
You're watching WHEI TV 10, student programming from the Media Communication Center at Heidelberg University.
Welcome back to WHEI News Center 10, live at 5.
Let's get to the last story of the night.
In Germany, 3,000 people gathered to try and break the Guinness World Record for the largest group of people dressed as Smurfs. The record before this attempt was done by 2,510 people in the United Kingdom in 2009.
The rules that had to be followed was that no non-blue skin could be showing at any time. Participants could dress up as Papa Smurf, Smurfette, or regular Smurfs, but characters like Gargamel were strictly off limits.
Guinness World Records has yet to confirm the feat was actually surely made, but they'll be sure to find out, and it'll be Smurftastic. If you would have gone, who would you have dressed as?
Smurfette, of course. She's a queen.
Classic. Thank you for watching WHEI News Center 10, live at 5. Our program tonight was produced and presented by the Department of Communication and Media from inside the Media Communication Center at Heidelberg University.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Be sure to tune in next week for another.
I'm Danielle Lester.
And I'm Heidi Saba.
And for Tori and all of the WHEI production crew, we thank you for watching.